Hello, welcome to the One I Have Spare Time podcast. My name is Frank, and I'll be sitting here talking to you for a few minutes, as usual. I'm wearing clothes. I'm wearing a shirt that has Yeji from ITZY on it. So, yes, another Korean woman's face on my shirt. So, a couple of days ago, we had another shooting in Japan. Um, what's his name? Shinzo Abe. He's like the former prime minister of Japan. He was assassinated. Um, I have nothing funny to say about it. They did like he was shot in the back. Um, they they took him to the hospital. They performed an operation. There's lots of bleeding. They gave him a blood transfusion. They're trying to dig the bullets out with chopsticks. He didn't make it. But in all seriousness, Japan has some of the strictest gun laws on the planet. The everyday citizen doesn't have guns in Japan. Only the military and the police have guns. And so like a public figure, can go give a speech, in the middle of the street basically, and not have like crazy security, but also you don't have to worry about being assassinated because like no one has guns. And so he was shot with a homemade gun. Some guy made a homemade shotgun. So it just shows another example that even if you have the most strictest, quote unquote gun control, if someone wants to do something bad with a gun, they will make a gun. So, you know, this whole um this whole thing where, people are like we need more laws. I know Japan is different than America. I'm just saying like if you took away all the guns in America and somehow took away the guns from the criminals too. Okay, so let's just say no one had access to guns except for the military and the police. Okay, if someone wanted to like do something bad with a gun, what would they do? They'd make one. It's not that hard to make a gun. You can make a gun the cheap way, or you can make the gun the expensive way. You could use a 3D printer. I'm just saying there's so many ways that if you want to do something bad with a gun, you can. So it doesn't matter what the laws are because if you're a person who's going to do something bad with a gun, you don't care about the law. So the laws don't matter. But it's just so weird. It's like because no one has a gun in Japan. Like when the first shot went off, he didn't even move because like the first shot missed. This is the second shot that hit him, but like when the first shot went off, he didn't even move because he probably didn't think it was a gun, you know, which is sad. But anyway, I could go into the details about the person who did it. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. But apparently he was a manga artist, so that's all I can say about that. Anyway, let me move on to a happier topic. So three gorillas went wild in a New York fast food shop and just destroyed the shop. I would have talked about this earlier, but I had to wait for the YouTube algorithm to go down because I'm talking about three apes going crazy in a fast food store, and I didn't want to, you know, jump on the bandwagon and be one of the many, the thousands to talk about it. But anyway, they were hooping and hollering, just running roughshod, breaking everything in sight, throwing condiments, you know, anything you can do to destroy a fast food joint with your bare hands, they they were doing. I mean, these apes were just running wild, like jumping on the tables, um, like you know, tossing the register on the floor, um, jumping over the counter, just grabbing the different equipment and throwing it on the ground, just anything you can break with your hands. These monkeys were strong enough to, you know, pull things from their fastened down positions and throw them around. And one of the workers there actually was injured enough by the rampaging monkeys to actually be, have to be hospitalized. And there was a crowd of people. Um, Pretty much all of them left the establishment to stand outside and watch from safety because these three monkeys were just jumping all over the place, yelling and screaming. Didn't know what they were saying, just yelling and screaming. I have no idea what they were saying. I mean, obviously. Um, you hear people that work there going, "We're going to call the cops. You're going to get arrested, blah, 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 blah." Anyway, um, the reason, like, what set these three animals off was they were charged $1.75 for extra sauce. I'm not kidding. Yeah, $1.75 to do $1 million worth of damage to an establishment. And there's plenty of film of it. These God, I don't know, like these three black women destroyed a Bell Fries restaurant in New York City. Um, and like they left the employees bloodied. Like they actually hurt a lot of people. They threw bottles and other objects at restaurant workers. Um, like there were like dozens of people outside filming, like on on their cell phones. And once again, this is because of they were charged $1.75 for sauce, and this happened at 4 o'clock in the morning. Okay, because they wanted extra sauce for um, for the potatoes, not bananas, potatoes. I love it. I love it when a certain segment of the population takes a step back. I mean, obviously these three women are subhuman. You know the prices of things when you go into a restaurant because there's a menu. Um, I don't know. Anytime you ask for extra anything, you're usually charged. And the reason why stuff like extra sauce get charged $1.75 because most people waste the sauce anyway. It's just a waste. Um, there there's no there's no right or wrong about this. I mean, I'm talking about on the restaurant's part. If the restaurant wants to charge $5 for a cup of water, they can. It's up to you not to go to the restaurant. I've seen this before. There's a liquor store by my house, okay, and they sell candy, but there's this one kind of candy they sell. I mean, I think it's just a regular sucker. Anyway, this one particular sucker, because I'm not a sucker connoisseur, but this one particular lollipop, whatever, costs like $1.75. Okay, now there's an assortment of suckers, lollipops, whatever you want to call them, at this store. This one particular one costs like $1.75. I Guess it's a rare sucker. I don't know, but they all come in different prices too. Okay, so this in the store, this a person bought it, saw the price, and started to try to knock over shelves and just break stuff. And the guy's like, "You don't have to buy it." you know, I don't understand this pent up monkey rage with some of these people. You know, you don't have. To, why are you buying candy anyway? You know, you have diabetes. You know, you have to turn in sideways to get into the store. And I don't understand how these Shibuns have that much energy to toss fits when they're that big. I don't get it. I don't get it. Anyway, the zookeepers came and arrested the three women after they tore the place down. But it just setting back to race. I love it. I love it. See, this is why things need to be you know, I don't know what the proper word is, but things need to be like um I don't know, divided into different segments of the population based on behavioral algorithms, okay? So like we know what those people do, okay? So like you give them the burned down section of the city and they're only allowed to hang out there and they can eat out of trash cans. I mean that's what they deserve, and that's all you can really trust them with because hey, we can't have nice things because of situations like this. Like, why do other people have to suffer? You know. Another example of why we gotta promote abortion. You gotta get rid of these animals. Really do. But, you know, here's what it is.